One thing I want to talk about first of all, one thing that is really distressing and kind of broke my heart, I'm not going to freaking lie, was this particular news that I saw courtesy of the Googles. Absolutely heartbreaking and tragic news. Bear with me 1 secundo. 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 So this is the news I'm talking about. Have you seen this? So this is an update. You know that news I spoke about the other day? The update regarding those YouTubers who had a fight, who were beefing online, and unfortunately the fight went deadly because one of the YouTubers decided to rock up to the other one while he was on live stream in Las Vegas on the main fucking strip, by the way, which I've just found out. It's the main fucking strip in Las Vegas where all the fucking fancy hotels are and shit, and all the fucking sights and sounds where people go up and down and sightsee. That main strip. So the live streamer was on that main strip with his wife hanging out, and his op decided to pull up with a gun and shoot the live streamer and his wife right there, point blank range in front of everybody in the fucking evening. Fucking crazy story. Well, the suspect involved has now handed himself into police. I think I heard conflicting reports when I was first following you on social media. I heard reports that this guy was evading police capture, and allegedly police were chasing him, and he was hopping over fences or something. I don't know what I was hearing. I also heard that maybe the wife was charged with something because they found evidence that the wife was sending money, but that didn't really make any sense because it only happened literally the other day. So I didn't really work out how the police would get permission to kind of freeze her assets and look into her bank account. But regardless, the guy's been caught. He walked into a police station today or yesterday, I think, and basically surrendered himself. But now this absolute piece of shit YouTuber who killed the other YouTuber, look at the headline. YouTuber claims self-defense in Las Vegas strip shooting that left rival creator and wife dead. Self-defense, you know. This guy killed this man in cold blood. It's premeditated. If you watch the whole stream like I did, if you watch the whole VOD, the video on demand, what you'll see is this black man and his wife chilling on the Las Vegas strip. They're hanging out. He's live streaming. She's to the side, kind of like, you know, providing commentary, but she also pops in from time to time. And to make the video even more heartbreaking, if you watch the whole live stream, the wife is talking to these other girls. There's these two other girls who are standing by the side. No, sorry, there's a group of 3 girls actually who are standing by the side, and she's kind of having a little bit of a chat, and they're bantering each other. I think she's complimenting how they look or something, saying how cute they are, beautiful, whatever. Just women banter, right, on the strip. And they're having a really good time. The husband is obviously talking to the chat, doing his thing. And I was thinking to myself, oh my God, imagine how traumatizing it must be for those 3 girls. Those 3 girls standing by the side, who were kind of also taking part in the stream, but not so because they're just standing there. Imagine how traumatized they're going to feel now because they bumped into this black lady who they kind of got friendly with and her husband. They were kind of getting friendly and talking to them. And then in a blink of an eye, they get shot dead right in front of them. Imagine how traumatizing it must be for them. Imagine how traumatizing it is on top of that. Like the guy that I mentioned, if you watch the video on demand, and I zoomed in, I think the clip's on my channel now. I zoomed in and there's this guy who looks like a dad who's shielding what looks like his child with his entire body on that boulevard. Like they're on that boulevard, and as the shots ring off, the dad jumps on top of the person. I'm not sure if the person's his daughter or whatever, but it's an older man. He jumps on top of it and protects the person with their body. Imagine that kid, imagine that dad, what they're feeling like. That PTSD, that survivor's guilt. Like honestly, man, this type of stuff, it not only affects the victims who are directly being affected, it also affected everyone else around them. Do you know what I mean? Who are just out and about. And one thing I also noticed from the shooting was the unnatural reactions, which kind of show you just how shocking these public shootings can be. Because everybody had a really unnatural reaction. Like even the wife, when her husband got shot like 3 times, the first thing she did is pick up her camera. You know what I mean? Like that's the first thing she did, and she went towards him. When the guy's shooting in a line, you know what I mean? Instead of running the opposite way, she went towards her husband, which I guess is natural because it's her husband. But you also saw people in the background kind of freezing, walking away slowly. Like it goes to show that a lot of people, myself included, I always have a very inflated sense of self. And I always think to myself, oh, if I was involved in this situation and I saw somebody doing X, Y, and Z, I would do this, I would do that. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. When push comes to shove and you're in that moment and somebody starts firing off shots, you're not going to act the way you think you're going to act. You're going to react in a very unnatural way. Maybe in a way that's kind of counterintuitive. Maybe in a way that actually puts you in more harm's way. It's absolutely tragic across the board, man. The victims, you know, don't blame on them at all. That guy deserves fucking all the jail time. But this goes back to what I said earlier on previous episodes, right? We're living in a time now where people don't say shit with their chest. People aren't racist with their chest. People aren't misogynist with their chest. People aren't sexist with their chest. People aren't whatever Islamophobic with their chest. People aren't saying stuff with their chest. It's everything is a dog whistle. Everyone's pussified. This guy had shown, there was clips of this guy threatening the other dude online for a number of times. And again, whether or not you think he threatened him for a reason, he got bullied, who gives a fuck? There's evidence of this guy sending threats, direct threats, not even veiled threats, direct threats to his op. I'm going to catch you, I'm going to do this, I'm going to shoot you, doing the whole shooting sign onto the camera. He stalks the guy. He finally finds the guy on live stream. Don't get me wrong, he didn't stalk him because I guess he's on live stream so everyone can see his location. But he walks past the dude. He cases the area. He checks his surroundings. He walks past him one time to kind of see. And he's kind of, he's kind of looking up into the sky. The other guy doesn't notice him because it's fucking Las Vegas and it's so busy. And then he comes back and shoots the guy in cold blood, plus his wife. And now he's claiming self-defense. Self-defense. Like, honestly, you kill this guy in cold blood. The least you can do for their family, the least you can do for the victims is just admit to it, claim, plead fucking guilty and allow the process to go as quickly and as clean as possible so the family have some sort of closure. But nah, this motherfucker's claiming self-defense. This motherfucker's gonna take it to court. Self-defense, self-defense. Unless, maybe the only thing I can think of is maybe the other YouTuber, the black guy, off camera had a gun too. Maybe it's the only thing I can think of. Maybe it's the only thing I can think of. We didn't see it because what we saw the guy's head pop up and then the wife go, don't start any of that mess. And she got in between them. She was thinking that guy came to fight. She's like, no, don't start any of that mess here. And then you kind of see the black guy go off camera. So maybe the black guy pulled out a gun. Maybe. If he did pull out a gun, then, it's his kind of fault. And he kind of paid the price because, you pull out a gun on somebody. As I've heard from you Americans, you pull out a gun, you better use it. There is no such thing as warning shots. There's no such thing as anything. Like, if you pull out a gun, you gotta fucking use it. So he pulled out a gun and maybe the other guy shot first and, what happened. But if that's not the case and that guy didn't have a gun, like, this man is a fucking piece of shit if you're claiming self-defense and putting that family what you're going to put them through. Fucking crazy. Let's read the article anyway. Let me get this out of the way. Bear me 1 second here. A fatal shooting over the weekend was a deadly culmination of an online feud between two content creators, according to investigators. On Sunday, a man who went by Finney the Legend was near the Bellagio with his wife who went by the moniker of Bubbly. He was in the middle of a live stream when the shooting began. Finney the Legend's real name, Rodney Finley, right? Rodney Finley, and his wife, real name, Tashina Finley. Prior to the shooting, Finley and another man, Manuel Ruiz, 41, who goes by Sin City Manny, were sniping at each other at the individual live streams, according to CBS News Now. By the way, all of these men involved in this are way too old to be doing this shit. All of these men involved in the situation are way too grown and way too old to be beefing online with each other and meeting each other up to fight, even if it was a squabble. If this didn't end up in a shooting, if this ended up in a squabble, I will still be calling both of these guys losers. It would still be bad. If this ended up in a squabble, I would still be calling these guys losers and it would still be bad. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You guys are too grown. You get to make some extra money. Like, imagine you're probably working a full-time job or a part-time job. You get to make your extra little bucks live streaming, getting your fucking super chats, getting your donations in, maybe some subscriptions here and there, memberships, right? You get to maybe meet some of your fucking fans. You maybe get to build a relationship with some people that watch you and they become actual friends of yours. Maybe if you're single, you meet the love of your life via the live chat. Like, you get all these nice benefits. Maybe if you don't have a big social group of friends, maybe coming on live stream, it's kind of like your little friendship thing. And it's a good little compliment to offset the kind of, maybe the harsh realities or the depressing reality of your job. Like, it's quite fun to do this shit as a hobby. Don't get me wrong, I want to do this properly, whatever, on a big level, but still it's quite fun to do. And I assume it's probably even funner on their level because I do it just by myself. These guys are involved in this kind of like babbleverse kind of weird world of like whatever IRL streamers, right? Where they kind of are outside, indoors, like, it's whatever. It's this whole kind of sub community, right? It's subculture. That's probably quite fun. You get to meet up with other people. You get to go to Las Vegas from time to time, go to strip clubs, go to casinos, It's all good, bro. Why the fuck do you need to kill each other? Why the fuck do you need to get into a beef? It's not that deep. Honestly, man, it's absolutely tragic. The whole situation is so tragic. A fellow YouTuber told police that the feud started in 2023 and that he watched the shooting on the live stream, according to CBS 8 News Now. Manny pulled out a gun from his waistband and pointed towards he believed Finney was standing. Saw the muzzle flash on video and heard 6 gunshots, he told authorities. He then said Finney's wife grabbed the gimbal holding the phone used to live stream, and 2 more shots were heard, causing the phone to fall on the ground. So I'm not too sure. I wonder what happened with the wife. Did the guy intentionally kill the wife, or was he just dumping his fucking clip, dumping his magazine into that dude, and she happened to cross by the line of fire? What happened? That's still reckless, of course. He's still going to go to prison for that, and he can probably go many, many years. Hopefully he gets fucking life. But I wonder if that's actually, was he intended to kill the wife, or did she jump in the way because that's her fucking husband and she loves him? Do you know what I mean? Like, fucking hell. Ruiz was arrested and then has been charged with 2 counts of murder. He's currently being held at the Clark County Detention Center. Ruiz made his first appearance in court on Tuesday morning, saying he acted in self-defense. He was denied bail. Self-defense, you know? What a piece of shit. He claimed during the hearing that Finley's wife was dancing in his face, and he saw Finley reach for his waistband and ask, "What's up, cuz?" Can that be counted as standing your ground? People in the stream chat. Does that count in America? If somebody reaches for their waistband to kind of intimating they're going to go for a gun, does that count as a fucking stand your ground? Can you then shoot them? Or do you have to wait for the person to pull the gun out? Do you have to see the gun? Or do you have to see like a piece of the gun? Or can someone just grab at their waist and you can dump fucking bullets in them? What happens? People say nope. Depends on the state and many factors. Okay, cool. No, because the altercation was premeditated. Yeah, obviously he loses that because he walked past the first time he cased the joint. If he would have actually walked past and bumped into them, even pretended, he should have just pretended he bumped into them. If you would have been on the opposite side of the street where the camera maybe not have picked him up and kind of bumped into them by accident, right, on the other side, maybe you could claim that. But we saw him casing them. We saw him clearly walking past them with his head up, trying to like not look bait. And then he walked back again, behind the fucking guy, said something to him, and then they got into some sort of like back and forth. Ruiz apparently interpreted his action as Finley reaching for a gun and says he shot to defend himself. He also admitted to shooting Finley's wife when he saw that she was holding a shiny black object that he believed was a gun. Oh, okay, cool. That takes away my theory. My theory that he killed the wife because in accident because she jumped to the way, it goes out the window, because he's admitting that he shot the wife because he saw her holding a tripod, a gimbal, like a fucking Joby or whatever it may be. Honestly, he could. The things we can do to each other, innit, man? The things we can do to each other, man. The things we can do to each other. According to investigators, Ruiz scrubbed his video off the internet following the shooting, though some of his footage has still been available. Feeling others would sometimes stream themselves watching Ruiz's streams. Oh! So the police are saying it wasn't YouTube that deleted that guy's channel, because that guy's channel went down. And we immediately, people on the internet, myself, thought YouTube disabled his channel or terminated his channel. YouTube, the police are saying no, he's the one that did it. He took his own channel down. Ah. I'm not gonna lie. This is part of the reason why I'd be scared to live in America. I'm not gonna lie. This is part of the reason why I would be scared to live in America. Looking the way that I am, being a big black man, and getting into an altercation with somebody on the street, like I'm not afraid of a fight. Like, you know what I mean? You win, you lose, whatever. I'm not afraid of a scrap. But I would be afraid that a scrap could turn deadly and you have no defense. If a guy decides in the middle of a fight, fuck it, I ain't fighting anymore, and just pulls out a weapon, you're fucked. You're fucked. If a guy decides in the middle of a fight, at the start of a fight, at the end of a fight, that he's had enough, right? He feels embarrassed or whatever, or he's just tired, right? Fuck it. And he just pulls out a fucking Glock. Night. You're meeting your fucking grandmother. You know what I mean? You are hanging out with your fucking grandpa now. You're hanging out with your fucking pet that died. It's over for you. It's a wrap. You might see a celebrity that you know. Maybe you might see Prince serenading some bad bees up there as well. You're done for. And that's the scariest part about living in America. At any moment, depending on the state, somebody can decide to not engage in a physical, mutual combat, whatever, and just end the whole situation and kill you. And you have no recourse, no defense. In some cases, you can get away with it, scot-free. I always mention that story, that heartbreaking story of that fucking fight at the fucking gas station. Two dudes get into an argument at a gas station. The argument spills out into the fucking main bit of the outside of the gas station. They get into a fisticuffs, they get into a bit of a fight. The other guy, the white guy, is beating up the black guy. He's on top of him, ground and pounding the dude. The wife is screaming, as women do. Oh my God, she's screaming, going hysterical. She doesn't like it that her dude is getting fucking thumped on. She jumps into a car, pulls out a gun from the passenger side window, from the passenger side door, and shoots the guy who's beating up her husband. Shoots him in the back. Bah, bah, bah. I think 3 or 4 times. The guy dies, of course. She gets taken to court, and guess what? She gets found not guilty. She gets found not guilty, mate. Yes, she was defending her boyfriend, but her boyfriend got into an argument with a grown-ass man. 2 grown-ass men decided to have a fight in the parking lot of this fucking gas station. The wife doesn't like it. She pulls out a gun, and she shoots the fucking guy that's beating up her husband. And she doesn't go to prison. That guy dies because he got into a fight. That's not fair. That's not fucking fair. That ain't fair. And if I'm mistaken, the guy that died as well was like a firefighter. Do you know what I mean? Like a fucking pillar of the community, you'd imagine, right? Firefighting is an honorable job. Being a firefighter is an honorable job. Firefighting. This isn't fucking, some anime. But yeah, man, that's what would scare me about living in America. That's what would scare me. Philly and others would sometimes stream themselves watching Rui's streams and poke fun at his content. But to be fair to this story, judging by the content I've seen online, this other guy, the Ruiz dude, he was getting it. He was above the jokes. He was the locale of his little community. They'll be live streaming for hours, just trolling him, taking the piss out of him, taking the piss out of his wife, like constantly. And what I've learned in my kind of short time on this planet is that some people don't play. Some people don't play. Some people don't play about their fucking wives. Some people don't play about insults. Some people don't play about bullying. Some people just don't play. Just leave people alone for the most part. Leave people alone. Unless you've got an actual problem with them, leave them alone, because you never know. You never know how far they're willing to take it. And this guy took it to the nth degree. Don't get me wrong, but you never fucking know. It's so fucking crazy, man. Big up Case of Motors. I hope Papa doesn't do this to Unique at some point. No. He would have done it before. Now it's too late. Now there's too much eyes and attention on him. But if Brendan was ever going to do that, he would have done it before. He would have definitely done it before. He would definitely go into some physical education scrap before. But I think deep down anyway, Brendan's a bit of a scaredy cat. I don't think he wants to lose his career. I don't think he would want to go to prison and shit. He's not on that kind of timing at all. Do you know what I mean? He'll scream and shout on the stream, talk about twisting people's necks off and fisticuffs and, whatever, volume punch somebody, da-da-da-da. But I don't think he'll ever actually hurt somebody in real life. I don't think he has it in him. I don't think he has it in him. Would he prefer it if, like, I don't know, someone like a Unique fucking unalived themselves and weren't around anymore? Would he be happy? Would he celebrate and punch the air? Yes. Touch wood doesn't happen anytime soon. We don't put any bad karma on my guy Unique. But would he be happy if that happened? Of course. But would he do anything about it? No. Would he do anything to kind of speed that process up? Of course not. He's the least informed Vegas person out there, says a guest on Finley's stream. Judging by some of the recent social media posts associated with the feud, it appears that Ruiz allegedly uses YouTube copyright strike system to claim some of Finley's content. When a creator video is claimed, he can no longer make money from content on YouTube. Oh, this adds a little bit too. Somebody taking away your monetization, which is, maybe temporarily or not happened to me a few times, maybe now, because of some fucking showing the dicks and stuff. When your monetization gets taken away and you can't receive super chats and shit, it can fuck up your stuff, And if you're a guy like him who maybe relies on it as a full-time gig, that can maybe fuck with your mental. So I can understand why the feud maybe escalated. It's one thing trolling somebody, but then when they start kind of copyright striking you, maybe taking away your ability to be monetized, maybe eventually leading to your channel getting terminated, shit can get really real because people invest a lot of time in their YouTube. You know what I mean, they cultivate it, treat it like their baby. So I can see why he could go a bit too pissed about this. One of Finley's streams suggests that he had an issue with a broader coalition of streamers. An opening to one of the streams included a copyright disclaimer and a fake portrayal of President Trump saying the words, "I want to say fuck Sin City, family, and fuck Manny." Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. Fuck Sin City, family, and fuck Manny. The more I'm starting to read about this story, the more it's starting to feel like that other guy should have known. You know? That other guy should have kept himself strapped. I'm not for all the fucking argy-bargy, but it seems like it got to a level where that guy should have been walking around strapped anyway, you know? Going out in public. Going to Vegas, which is that guy's fucking that's where that guy lives, right? The other dude, Sin City. So I think he should have been aware. He should have taken something with it. I'm not going to lie. Not to victim blame. The guy's dead. RIP to him. His body ain't even cold. But judging by the level at which these guys were beefing and how thick the tension was, the other guy should have came strapped, man. He should have came through strapped. Maybe he wasn't able to. He doesn't have one. Maybe he's a convicted felon and he can't have one. But he should have had something on him. Because that guy was like, you know, it seemed like he was on that timing. Sin City family was reportedly a term used to refer to the people aligned with Ruiz. Finley had approximately 4,000 subscribers when he was killed. Derek Ware, a friend of Finley, told Fox 5 that a streamer was a father, grandfather, and good friend. 4,000 subscribers, man. Fucking hell. Throwing away your life for 4,000 subscribers. Couldn't be me. He's a good father. He takes care of his kids, we're told. Where said Tanisha Finley lived up to her moniker, bubbly, and was welcome and a bright, bubbly person wherever she went. She would have fun everywhere she went. People wanted to be around her, he told the broadcaster. According to Ware, the feud between Finley and Ruiz began in 2023 after Ruiz allegedly pepper sprayed Tanisha Finley. Okay, there we go. You see what I mean? Already violence was done. I think the other guy should have had a strap on him, man. I'm hoping he wasn't committing fellas where he couldn't carry or whatever. But fucking hell, man. The guy pepper sprayed your wife, bro. You should have had something on you. He said rather than getting physical, Finley chose to respond to Ruiz by pepper spraying his wife by trolling him online. His wife said, okay, so let's handle this another way. He controls his emotions very well. That's what I liked about him the most. He said Ruiz's allegedly escalation to outright violence was sickening and ruining two families. I don't know, man. It's just tragic, man. It's fucking tragic. It's just fucking tragic. It's fucking tragic the most. RIP to fucking Finley the Legend. Fuck the guy on the right-hand side. RIP to Finley the Legend on the left. Fuck the guy on the right-hand side. RIP to Finley the Legend. RIP to Tanisha and everybody else associated with their family. Hearts go out to them. What a heartbreaking situation. Thoughts and prayers. I really literally cannot imagine what they're going through. Seeing their fucking relative, their family member, their brother, their grandfather, their fucking uncle, their nephew. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck, man? Their cousin being slain like that on the fucking live stream must be tragic, tragic, tragic. RIP to both. RIP to both fucking victims in terms of Tanisha and in terms of Finny. RIP to both of them and their families. Prayers go out to them, and I hope they have the right family and friends around them to support them in this fucking tragic time. What an absolute Stonewall Cold tragedy, man. I hate it. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it.